Bakery Bears podcast. My name is Mrs. Bakery Bear, and this is my co-host, Daffodil. Last episode we spoke a lot about me because my mum has made a pattern so you can make me at home.
Yeah, and I got a bit jealous because I'm older than you, so today we're going to talk about me.
Oh no, they're coming!
Oh, Mum, and that man who thinks he can knit.
Yes, quick! We need to get back on the shelf.
Right, but I'm sitting at the front this time, so they pick me up too.
Nice.
Oh, well, we're not recording yet. I'll edit that out.
Well, I hope.
That's on the outtakes. It's like we're back.
From outer space. I guess we're back because lots of people watched us and they seem to like it.
Did we expect that?
We didn't expect that, no.
We definitely did not expect that. So much more pressure this time. Do I look terrified? So this is the Bakery Bears podcast, episode 2. This is the Bakery Bears studios, for those who've not been before. For those who have, it's great to have you back. And my name is Dan, and my Ravelry and newsflash Instagram name is Obi-Wan Knitter.
Shouldn't it be Obi-Wan Knitter?
Obi-Wan Knitter.
Yeah, because that's how it's spelled, isn't it? Obi-Wan.
But it's Obi-Wan. That's how it's pronounced in the film.
I'm making you
Don't challenge me on Star
sorry.
Wars. Yeah, check out my Instagram for lots of knitting, but also lots of Lego. Who are you?
My name is Kay. My username on Ravelry is Bryony Bear, and on Instagram I'm Bryony Bears.
I've been meaning to ask you, why did you add the S on Instagram? I mean, that just makes it difficult for everyone trying to remember.
There was already a Bryony Bear. Yeah, I couldn't believe it.
I know. Oh, that's
Can you
terrible.
believe it? Well,
on Instagram.
On Instagram there was already a Bryony Bear, yeah.
I say we go around and
I
remove
know.
that from... I take it it's a lady.
I've no idea.
You should follow them.
I should follow them, shouldn't
Yeah.
I? I should look it up.
Yeah.
It just came up that was unavailable or something.
2 weeks have passed since we last recorded. And time has flown, really.
Time has flown.
And I think the most surprising thing is the fact that we are back.
We are back.
But also, was it a lovely day last time? It was, wasn't it?
It was lovely and sunny, and today it's raining and horrible, and so the lighting is not good.
So last time we had a lighting disaster as Craig from
Strictly Come Dancing.
Yeah.
Disaster.
I don't think he's on Dancing with the Stars, though, is he?
No, it's Bruno and Len, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So lighting is challenging in this room. We've done all we can to try and make it so that you can see things better, and I hope it's okay. I'll have a think between now and when we film next time on ways I can make it even better, but we've got some strategically placed lights all around the room trying to make it more easy for you to see us and see what we're knitting. And Kay's also, she sat on an extremely cool stool.
I'm a drummer today.
She is a drummer. For those, I don't think I've said, have I?
You did mention briefly you were a drummer last week, I think.
That's one of the reasons I think I spoke a little bit about my journey into knitting, and I think I probably mentioned 2 sticks and the fact that I was a drummer. I'm a drummer, and Kay is sat on one of my drum stools, and we've just realised that it says on the seat, rock and sock.
Rock and sock.
So if we turn that round,
it's socks that rock.
we have socks that rock.
How cool is that?
So all those years, I was actually sat on something.
On a rock and sock.
That said socks that rock.
Yeah, but the other way.
And I was rocking when I was sat.
Yeah.
Oh no. It's all gone too far now. Last time we promised to show you something.
Oh gosh.
We spoke, I've already mentioned my route into knitting. Kay also spoke about her roots into knitting and the fact that her mum taught her to knit. Now, we mentioned last time, didn't we? What did we say?
We did.
She knit you.
She knit me a cardigan.
She did.
Jacket. I
Yes.
would say jacket, really.
Yes.
I mean, are you prepared to see this jacket?
And yeah, I don't think you should just show it and then give it a bit of background. She had an issue with her gauge, wasn't it?
Yeah, a gauge is super loose, and also the pattern used a Rowan yarn, and I think it was something like Rowan Pure Life Chunky. And
it's definitely chunky.
Yeah, I bought a chunky, but it's a Debbie Bliss. I can't remember. It's like a tweedy. I can't remember the exact name of it, but it's a Debbie Bliss yarn. And I just thought it's chunky, and the other yarn was chunky, so it'll be absolutely fine. And it really wasn't. And well, you'll see.
Well, the new Star Wars has just started filming at Pinewood Studios here, and I actually think that Kay should go down. She could be one of the Jedi.
I could.
So I think we should have a look at it.
Right,
Kay.
shall I put it on?
Yes, please.
Okay.
If you could get it and display it for us. It does. It could be the Jedi collection, actually.
It could.
The Jedi collection from Christina Martin. Knitter to the stars. Are you ready?
I can't, it's too funny.
Here we go.
Should I put the hood up?
That looks like pheasant's eye.
Oh, shush. Shall I put the hood up?
No. Start hood down.
Where do I need, can I come?
Come and stand right next to me. Check this out. It's so cool.
Are you ready? Look.
Now put the hood up now. Because it actually does look better with the hood up.
Look, are you ready? The hood's even too massive, right? Okay.
You're totally a Jedi.
Oh, I am.
Use the
I
Force,
could so
Kay.
be a character and start. I'm telling you, we should try and sell this pattern to the makers of Star Wars.
Well, did you know that our niece was on the set of Star Wars this week?
Lizzie? Was she really?
We have a niece who works in London. I was in London this week with work, and I don't know quite how. Oh, she texted me.
I should keep it on.
I think you might start sweating.
I think I will.
She texted me as I was on my way to a school, and she said, "I thought of you this week. I was on the Star Wars set." As you can see from my shirt, and already my reference to Star Wars on the podcast, I do love a bit of Star Wars. And I said to her, "What did you see?" She can't remember.
Oh dear.
She's got no idea what she saw. Now, if she saw the Millennium Falcon, I'm going to combust, because that would just be amazing. Do you need to show her this?
Well, it's lovely yarn, and it's a single ply, and I think it's got alpaca in it. And normally I'm funny with alpaca; it makes me itch. But it's like grey with like little pink and green flecks. But can you see how loose her gauge is? This is moss. This is called moss stitch. It's just so loose, and it's just so I'm so hot.
But this here, I mean,
it's a cable. I can't remember what's the name of that cable. I can't remember.
I really like that pattern, and it's super soft actually.
It's a really lovely pattern, and you can imagine if it fit me. Look, oh gosh.
Am I being silly, or does that look a little bit like partridge eye?
No, partridge eye.
What's it called?
I have partridge. No, it's a cable. This is just an all-over cable pattern, and it goes on the back as well. But look, I mean, look at the hood. It's enormous.
Is that quite a feat of knitting, what she's done there?
It is. I mean, I mean, look at the sleeves.
You could just do with being 8 sizes smaller.
Anyway, I'm going to take it off.
So you have seen now the infamous...
Cardigan of Doom.
Yeah, I was going to call it that, the Cardigan of Doom. What were you like when you got that? Were you like, oh, that's amazing, Mum? Or was it like,
no. As I said last week, it was in pieces. So she didn't know. And of course now I can never let Mum watch this, because I'll just feel so awful, wouldn't I, saying all those things.
The challenge I had getting my mum to watch our first podcast, there's no way we would ever get yours. My mum has a Kindle, but it still took me probably 2 hours on the phone. So you're going to love this. I sent my mum an email because I really wanted her to see the first podcast that we did, because we thought that was going to be the only one, and I knew that she'd be really pleased about the reference that I made to her teaching me to knit, which she did. So I sent her this email, came through on a Kindle. She accessed her emails, and she can see the email I've sent her, but she said to me, "How do I get into the email? What do I do?" I said, "Well, just tap on it." She said, "What, you mean the when they open the Kindle up at Christmas, so
God.
yeah, I'm really mean. Mum, if you're watching, Steve, that's my stepdad, must look away now. So this is really bad because she said I mustn't tell anybody this.
Oh, you're awful.
This is really bad. Maybe we won't share this with my mum this episode. So I've always had this theory that my mum would love going on the internet more often. She has a friend who's on Facebook, and she's got a few friends actually who are on Facebook a lot. And she's always intrigued. I go down and goes to see her in Somerset. It's quite a long drive away. And I thought we need to get her some form of tablet. So we got them a Kindle Fire HD for Christmas. And I prepared this little thing to tell them how to operate it, and they read it all, and everything was great, and they got it on. And then it came to turning it off. And you know how you have to swipe the screen, you have to touch the screen and swipe? Well, my stepdad thought there was some form of radar in the screen. He's got the Kindle there, and he's going like this over the top of the Kindle, thinking that would turn it off. So that maybe explains the challenge that they then had when I sent them an email. I didn't realise that you just tap on it and it opens.
But she did eventually get to see it.
Oh, she did. Genius. And Steve, I take everything back because you helped her get into the email, you tapped on the link, and you saw the episode, and she loved it, which is marvellous. And actually, that has led to her potentially talking about Ravelry to her knitting group.
Oh, yeah.
And they were also even talking about maybe doing the Knitalong, but...
Oh, for my bear, yeah.
Yes, yeah.
And they were all going to knit a piece or something, were they?
Yeah,
or?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that. You know what time it is?
What time is it?
Kay Jones, what's on your needles?
What's on my needles? Right, the first thing that I'm knitting on right now, and I showed this last week, but I have made a bit of progress.
You haven't finished it?
Oh, gosh, no, I haven't finished it. Actually, I've set myself a target of finishing this for our summer holidays, and we go away in, I think it's 9 or 10 weeks, I'm not sure exactly which. So, you know, can I finish it in that amount of time? I could if I was knitting on nothing else, but obviously I have 5 million other things on the go. So anyway, I'm in the middle of a row. I always see that on podcasts, I'm in the middle of a row. So let me just get this to a place where we can see it. I've split for the sleeves, and I'm here.
It does look beautiful actually. Yeah. Is it going to be pink all the way down?
No, it's striped.
So,
big wide stripes.
Right.
And then you knit on, I'll hold it like that, you knit on the button band and collar. It's like a wide one. And
do you know what
I'm going to do that in the cream. The colours are really sort of washy, I'm sorry.
Why is that making me think of Macapaka?
Macapaka, it does look a bit like Macapaka.
Is that Macapaca's colours?
He is pink, isn't
right.
he? Nobody will know unless you're in England and you've got children.
Or maybe it's
what we're talking about.
It might be on in America on...
You'll be able to get it, but it's a programme called In the Night Garden. It's a CBeebies programme. And it's been out a few years now. I think Bryony was probably about 3 when it came out, so it's probably 5 years or so.
Yeah.
And it's just fabulous. When it first came out, we just sat and watched the whole thing. And the characters in it are just brilliant. And there's one called Macapaka. That's all he says all the time. And he collects stones and he builds them into little towers, and he cleans.
And is he small?
Yeah.
Or is he huge? Or...
No, he's average.
Right.
He's not one of the teeny tiny characters
called the Pontipines.
Pontipines.
And who are the Wattingers?
The Wattingers live next door to the Pontipines. And they're teeny tiny like this. But no, Macapaka lives in a cave, and it's fantastic, this cave. And he's got his little piles of stones everywhere. And he pushes around this trolley with soap in it, and he goes around cleaning all the stones and everything. He's fabulous. I love him.
If you've had a hard day at work, right, and you can't relax, you know how sometimes I'll have a whiskey and that'll help me relax. This is better than any whiskey that you'll ever have in your life. It's the most amazing thing. Give it a go. In the Night Garden.
Anyway.
With Derek Jacobi.
And I'm knitting that in Madeline Tosh Merino Light in these 2 colours, Antler and Posy.
Antler? Is that the white one?
Antler, yeah. I suppose it's because it looks like, I don't know, the antlers of some sort of deer.
It's nice.
It's lovely.
It's lovely.
It's lovely.
We go Welsh when we're talking about anything that's lovely.
So that's that one. Is it your turn, or shall I do another?
No. I'll do another.
You'll do another. You'll do one.
I'll do one.
Cool.
I'm still making this hat, so it's all right for me.
I didn't finish it.
I know it's all right for me. So I have started what they call is it decreases?
Yes.
Yeah, on the top. I started them just yesterday. This a Christmas present. So is it a special type of decrease, or is it just a standard hat?
No,
decrease?
it's just you just do a knit two together and an SSK.
And what's the
on
pattern?
Side. It's the Turner Square hat by Jared Flood, and the only difference is with that we've knit it longer. I think the pattern said only to knit to 5 inches, and I just don't think that's deep enough for a man, especially. So I think you knit to almost 7, because
Yes.
I'd rather have it a little bit slouchy, even
Yes.
though you don't like slouchy hats. But
No.
I think it's better to have it a little bit slouchy than not covering
And tight.
not covering your ears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm still on with that one, but I'll probably get that finished, I reckon, in the next couple of days.
I think so.
Yeah. Next.
Next.
Jones, what's on your
Oh,
needles?
No, we're not going to do
You need
this.
to ask me. You need to go, Dan Jones, what's on your needles?
Oh right, okay. I've missed that
So
opportunity
she'll go,
then.
Kay Jones, what's on your needles?
This is my Hermione socks that I showed last time, but I have actually finished one sock. Yay! So I've got a finished sock. Yippee! And I love these. Oh, I love them. And I've cast on the other one.
Oh, this feels different.
Why?
I don't know, it feels thicker.
Yeah, I think it is a heavier fingering weight yarn, and I always usually I knit my socks on 2.5 mils, but these ones, the pattern suggests 2.25, so that's what I did, and they fit brilliantly well, and I think it's because they're so stretchy, so springy. So I've cast on the second one and I'm there.
Susie, question, look at that pattern there.
Uh-huh.
Right. Now, look again at that pattern. It looks the same.
No, it doesn't.
Okay. It does to me.
Okay. Right, so that's that one. That's the Hermione sock. So I wanted to try and get this finished actually for this time, but I've just been working on that many things that I failed in my mission, so I should have that done for next time. And then I didn't show this last time, and this is another sock, and this is from, I didn't say what yarn I was knitting the Hermione's in actually. It's the Uncommon Thread Tough Sock, and the colourway is Le Fleurs. And this one, I went to Hobbycraft a little while back. Hobbycraft's like just a general sort of crafting store, and they do sell some yarn. Not a massively brilliant selection, but they do sell Regia. And my friend Sally in California said she'd never used Regia, so I thought, oh, I'll pick her a couple of balls up the next time I'm in. And I saw this colourway and really loved it, so I got us both enough to make a pair of socks. So here's the colourway.
Does she know that?
She's got them. She's knitting it right now.
Oh.
It's really, really pretty, and it's Regia 4. I'll not try and even say it. 4 Fadding colour. Really pretty colours, and I'm doing the Jack sock. So I'm at this stage, and I'll do it that way. Normally, I would be doing the heel about now. I don't like really, really long socks, so I think I'm at about 5-ish inches there. But the pattern calls for just a plain stockinette stitch heel, and I don't really like that. So I started doing a slip stitch heel, but because there's slip stitches in the pattern, the slip stitches weren't matching up, and that was kind of bugging me. And I know it doesn't really matter, it's just a heel flap, but I didn't like it, so I ripped it back to the start of the heel flap, and I might try the Fish Lips Kiss heel for this one. It seems like a good sock to try it on.
The Fish Lips Kiss heel. Who invented that name?
It's a lady, I can't remember her exact name, but she's called Socks Therapist.
She's a genius.
Yeah, and it actually looks, do you know when you do those fish kissy lips? I'm not going to do it.
Go on, try.
No. Do you know when you do those fish kissy lips, it looks, no, not like that. When you do that, I'm not going to do it. But the part, yeah. Part of the heel kind of looks like that, and I think it's essentially a short row heel, I think. So I'm going to have a go at doing that. So, and that's only my first sock on that, and I'm knitting these on some carbons. I love carbons, really lovely. Really.
Have I tried carbons?
No, you haven't, and I think you'll really like carbons because they're not slippy like metal, because they have got grip, but because the tips are metal, it's really nice and smooth. So they're my carbons. That's 2.5mm. So that's that one. Oh, Dan Jones, what's on your needles?
Would you believe it? Socks!
Socks!
Oh my lord.
I'm teaching him.
I'm enjoying it actually. It's good fun. I was struggling on, what's that bit called?
Well, it's just the
joint?
Yeah, where you turn, where you're going around the needle, isn't it?
Because you said initially, make sure you don't do it too tight because you'll get ladders.
Yeah.
So I went too loose and I got ladders.
And you got ladders.
And then I think I went too tight because you said to loosen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a tricky thing to get right, but you get in there. And I did say, didn't I, do you want me to rip it back?
No.
And you said no, you'll just carry on, and they'll be perfectly fine.
Yeah.
And you're knitting this. Where's your ball?
I know.
Sorry, I'll take it.
It's Blueface Leicester. It's lovely actually. It's lovely. And the stripe's great. Where did you get this from?
I got that from...
Woman.
I got it from there's a little knitting shop in a village called Hawes, Hawes, up in the Dales.
Is that where the sweet shop is?
Yes.
Oh.
And it's a tiny little knitting shop, and I wasn't going to go in, and I thought, oh, no, I'm going to go in. And they sold this yarn, and it's by
There's 2 knitting shops there now?
No, just one.
Where was that place with...
Oh, the Hurdy shop.
Yes.
There's a Hurdy shop as well that sells all the...
Will everyone know what that is?
No, yeah, maybe. If you just Google Hurdy, I think it's Herdy. They do lots of sheep-related products, lots of things like tea towels and aprons, and they do some wool as well, some yarn.
It was very expensive.
It's expensive, and I bought a couple of things, but only because it was in the half-price sale, and I still thought that it was quite expensive.
They were just opening up that day, weren't they?
Yeah, they just moved.
And they'd splashed out on some really nice IKEA biscuits.
Yeah.
I didn't know that IKEA was famous for biscuits.
Well, I don't think they're famous for biscuits, but they do biscuits.
They are now.
Yeah. Anyway, this is by West Yorkshire Spinners. WYS, West Yorkshire Spinners, and it's Blueface Leicester DK prints. They do a whole range, and they're bird themed, and this one is, I think this is wood pigeon. And I've knit a pair of socks out of this same yarn, and mine was owl, I think mine. Oh no, it wasn't, it was bullfinch. It had reds and greys, and it's beautiful, beautiful. I just love it. It's Blueface Leicester, you probably know that I love it. It's DK weight, so we're doing, the pattern that he's doing is one that I've done about 6 times, and it's called the Easy Peasy Socks, I think it is.
Oh.
And you just cast on, I
thought I was doing really well.
8 stitches, I think. You are doing
The
really well.
really easy peasy, totally easy.
It's a really good sock to start with, and if you've never knitted socks, and I said to you before, I wish I'd started actually knitting with a DK weight, because you learn all the construction and everything, but you get it done really quick. And I gave you this one to do because the needles are bigger. It's 3.25mm, and it's just easier for your big hands, and it gets done quicker. So it's really, really lovely yarn, and they do a 4-ply version of it as well, and I haven't got any, and I'd really like some. And they also do 4-ply version of all these colourways, and then they do coordinating solids as well, so you can do heels and toes in a coordinating, which is what I want to do for you. So,
is there more? I think there is.
Of mine?
Yes.
I suspect so.
Okay, Jones, what's on your needles?
Right, this is a new cast on as well. And I showed you last time my Socks That Rock yarn, which is here. Oh, I'll try and get the colours, it's probably better. Yes, if I hold it back there, look at that. And this is Socks That Rock Lightweight, and the colourway is Fire on the Mountain. And I decided not to do socks with it. I didn't want to risk socks, and to be honest, the colourway is that pretty that I thought it needs to really be round your face somewhere, just because it's so lovely. So I'm doing the jewelled cowl again, which I've done before. It's a free pattern. Jewelled cowl by Knitimo, I'm not sure how you'd say that.
Surely it's Knitimo.
Knitimo's got to be, hasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I haven't done much of this, but I have got it cast on, and I'll show you. It's so pretty. Gosh, it's so pretty. Here's the bit, and it's whether you can see. You can't even see the beads because of the silly lighting. If I hold it back here, you can see the colours. They're really, really pretty. Is there any way I can show you so you can see the beads? Oh, there you go. You can kind of see them there. And I'll show you the beads. I've got little gold ones, but they've got like a kind of rainbow hue to them. If you can see them there. There we go, little gold ones.
Beautiful.
They are really lovely. So I've started that, and it might, you see I started it and then I thought, is it too bright for me? I'm not a really bright sort of coloured person, but if I had on a plain top it might be okay.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's not shouting out as not working.
No, so failing that, you know, I always love gifting things, so it'd go to Dan's mum probably, because I know she would love it. She loves like.
She definitely can't watch this episode then.
Oh.
That's all right.
Well,
I can't send her it anyway because I offended Steve. So.
So that's that one.
Is there more?
There might be one more.
Is there?
Yeah.
We maybe need to add an additional section. Kay Jones, what else is on your needles?
I'm almost finished with a bear. Well, I've got two bears officially on the needles at the minute, but I'm almost finished with this one. And she or he, I haven't decided, it might be a boy yet actually, but it's kind of naked. But here we go, hello. Oh, there she is.
What wool's that?
This is another crafty girl, and I think she calls it merino worsted. It's like Malabrigo worsted. It's a single ply. Yeah, you can see that. It's a single ply, and this the nose and the ears are actually Malabrigo worsted. Just a bit I had spare in like a grey.
Right.
So I finished all of her or him. I don't know if I can get away with it being a boy with the pink, but I think I could if I did all his clothes grey. So we'll see anyway. Look how fat his belly looks when he looks sideways.
Too many cakes.
Too many cakes.
Oh dear.
And it really, I love the way it
Too
came
many fat
out.
rascals.
Fat rascal, yeah, fat rascal.
If you want to find out about those, then you need to go onto the forum.
Oh, I did mention fat rascals, yeah.
You did. Maybe you should tell people about the forum a minute.
Oh, we opened a Ravelry group. We haven't said that, have we? We opened a Ravelry group. After the last episode, we had no intention of doing that at all. But people were asking, you know, where's your Ravelry group? I'd love to join. So I opened one up. We opened one up, and we put in a sort of hello and welcome and tell us something interesting about yourself thread, wasn't it?
There's
and
been
loads
some
of
really
people,
cool ones.
Yeah,
People
loads
with
of
Hollywood
people.
signs.
Hollywood signs.
String
and
players in a great
swimming with
orchestra.
dolphins.
Oh, wow.
And all sorts. And
Yeah.
you know, it's been really interesting.
And one person had Catherine Zeta-Jones in their bedroom.
Did they? I wonder who that could be.
Amazing.
And I couldn't think of one interesting thing to say about myself, really. So, but then Dan mentioned about the fat rascals, and so I put in something there. So I mean, have a read of it. I won't go through the whole long story now. So anyway, that's a little bear. He is nearly finished. So that's that one.
He,
yeah.
It's the Eurovision Song Contest again. I wonder if people in the UK will know all about that, but I wonder if people in the US know about that. You should watch that. That's amazing.
Yeah,
there was an amazing song this year.
It's a real spectacle.
From Iceland.
We
wasn't
love
it?
the Iceland
Yeah,
song.
I downloaded it on
You
iTunes.
did. It was a
You can
great
get it on
song.
iTunes.
Yeah.
Oh no, something or other. I can't remember what it's called. I'll find out and I'll stick it up on the bottom of the screen here,
Okay.
so you can download it too. Or no, in fact, just go on to YouTube and have a look. The guys are amazing.
Really good.
Anyway.
And then the last thing, I think it's the last thing, yeah, that I've got on the go is, and this blows my mind. After the last episode, and I showed the little bear that I was knitting with Dancing Dog Dye Works, I got a message from Michelle from Dancing Dog Dye Work saying she'd love to send me some yarn to knit a bear with. I couldn't believe it, could I?
No. I literally had to pick her up off the floor.
You did. So I got it a few days ago. I got it in the post, and she told me she was sending me some brown and some pink that she'd already got skeined up, so that's what I expected to arrive. And she did send me some brown and some pink, but she also sent me a full skein of the cupcakes colourway.
It's beautiful.
So you can see it there. It's got browns in. I mean, and how more appropriate really for a bakery bear than cupcakes. So it's got browns and greens and pinks and blue and yellow and a bit of purple. It's really, really pretty. You can see it there. And so she sent me the coordinating yellow, brown and pink out of that. So I cast on a bear head straight away, of course, and I've only done the head, really just the ball of the head. But here it is, and I like to turn them around and decide which side is going to be the face. And I think to avoid too much pink, because I think it's going to be a boy, maybe that side or that side. But I just love it, and I love where you do the decreases on the top. I love how it shows, it's so pretty. I love that. And it reminds me of Diane from Knitabulls. She started knitting her bear, and she's doing it in Dancing Dog Dye Works, and she's doing it in the Bella and Maisie and Bella colourway that was dyed up for her a while back, and hers is really cute. She's done the whole head. And I think there's one other lady as well that started knitting them, but I think a few people are waiting.
You've mentioned a pattern there, and some people might be new viewers and they might wonder what you're talking about.
My pattern?
Yes. So I think you should tell them just quickly.
Yeah, I mean, and this is another amazing thing. There's so many amazing things happen. It's just been a kind of a whirlwind, hasn't it, the past couple of weeks?
Yes.
But I published my bear pattern, and I'll get a bear for you. Here, should we do daffodil? Do daffodil this time.
She wasn't at the front.
I don't think she was at the front either. I thought Mrs. Bakery Bear was at the front.
And I'm sure when we came in here, the camera was on. That's odd. Anyway.
This is Bryony called a daffodil because the colours look like daffodil, and I don't think I showed her last time. But I mean, the pattern is just exactly the same as my pattern. I just put in a little kind of pearl bump onto her dress to make it look a bit kind of spotty.
Yeah, because it is. I mean, that's Mrs. Bakery Bear.
Yeah. Hello.
And then everything looks like partridge foot to me.
You drive me mad with
What?
You drive me mad with that.
Wingardium Leviosa.
Don't. Our daughter's gone to school dressed as Harry Potter today, and I had to make her a cloak yesterday. Oh my gosh. You
raided my what's it called? Sheets of.
They're just like, it's like dust sheets, aren't they?
No, what would you call all this stuff?
Fabric.
Yeah, you raided my fabric stash.
You've got one piece. And I didn't
but
have
how
any
many
black.
fat quarters would it make up?
A lot. It was a big piece. So anyway, I stole a huge piece of black fabric, and I found a pattern online, and I sewed her up this cloak, and she looks great actually.
Yeah.
And I stole one of your ties, because you don't really wear ties anymore.
No.
I stole one of his ties that was stripy, and I got 2 Sharpie pens in the colours of Gryffindor, and I coloured it in. And we drew on some glasses and a scar, and she's got a wand and an owl. So she's gone off today. Anyway, thrilled to pieces.
Yeah, but a head teacher said, I know who you've come as. You're Hermione Granger.
Is that what she said?
Yes,
Oh,
and she's got glasses and a scar on her head.
It's because she's a girl, I suppose, but I don't see why a girl shouldn't dress up as Harry.
No. Harriet Potter.
Harriet, yeah. So here's daffodil. So this is my pattern that I published, what will it be, 2 and a bit weeks ago now? And I've got one here because I'm actually knitting. It's brilliant that I did this because previously I had it on little scraps of paper everywhere. So now I print my own pattern, and it's great. And I'm knitting from my own pattern. So there she is.
I hope you bought that.
I bought it.
None of that pirating business going on.
I bought it for myself. So I've had.
You did buy it.
I did buy it. I actually, because it was my first pattern, and I wanted to make sure everything was right. I
Sale
published
number 1,
it.
Kay Jones.
I published it and then I bought it myself because I've got 2 PayPal accounts. So I bought it.
Did you have any complaints? Did you?
No. So I bought it, you know, just to make sure that it worked okay. I was that paranoid about things not being right.
I think what...
so that's my pattern.
What's shocked me the most is just how unbelievably welcoming and warm the community is. And that's just amazing. It's not often you find that.
No, it's not.
I've been a musician for years, and you would think that, you know, they're creative people, but I've never experienced a community quite like it. It's just amazing.
Everybody's been fantastic. Yeah. So thank you, everybody.
Loads of great advice.
Really thank you.
And it's great to be with you, and great that you like listening to Hugh Bonneville speaking.
one person said that Dan sounded... Seashore Sharon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm Hugh Bonneville from...
she said that you sounded like the father from... what's his name? Lord... I can't remember his name when we watch it. Oh,
that's so
it'll
terrible.
come back to me in a minute. It'll come back to me. So that's all my whips.
Hey, they're in the programme. They don't live far from us.
No, that's true. Actually, in the programme, they live in Ripon.
And we used to live. Really close to Ripon.
Yeah, Ripon and Harrogate are very close, and we used to live kind of in between Ripon and Harrogate. And it's, although the house in reality is near London, isn't it? It's down south.
Yeah.
They are supposed to be in Ripon.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Is it time to move on to?
It's time to move on.
What's off your needles?
What's off my needles? Not a lot actually. Not as much as I wanted. But I did the little bear that I showed you last time, which just had a head. I did finish, and here she is. She's lovely. I'm going to hold her back here. Oh gosh, the light's really bad. I'll hold her here, look. And she came out really, really lovely. I love her. I'll hold her a bit closer so you can see. And I used little tiny purple buttons for this one because there was a kind of purpley colour in with the yarn, and it just came out so cute. And I used just a plain white, and this is I haven't tried this before, and to be honest I don't think I'll use it again for bear clothes. It's Sirdar cotton DK, so it's 100% cotton, and it's mercerised, and I'm not a huge fan of mercerised cotton. It's got that shine to it. I don't know what it is about it. I do prefer the matte cottons, which is why I normally use the cotton bamboo. But I just thought I'd try it, and it always, whenever I use, 100% cotton, they always seem to curl up a little bit, and I can't seem to stop that no matter what I do. But she came out really cute. I think I really love her. Oops, there she is. Hello, and she does look festive. Sally was right. She does look really festive.
She does. What else is off your needles?
Finished her. Well, that was the only thing I finished recently, but I thought I'd show you something that I finished a while back, but it's one of my really favourites.
Can I do the same?
You can do the same.
Because I've got no finished objects either, but I'm blaming Kay for this, because previously I used to be, what is it when you only knit one thing at a time?
Monogamous.
I used to be monogamous, but she's made me polygamous.
Because you've got 2 things.
Because I've got 2 things on the go. Otherwise, I would have finished the hat and I would have been able to show it to you. So I'm going to show you some of my favourites because we've got lots and lots to show you.
No, I'm only going to show one.
Yes, but over the next episodes we shall show more in this section.
This I finished sometime I think it was last summer I did this. Oh, I love this shawl so much. And it is, do you want to hold that end?
I do.
You'll be my assistant. This is the French Can shawl by Mademoiselle C, I think she's called. And I knit this from Madeline Tosh DK, and it's the single is it called DK? Madeline Tosh Merino DK, I think it's called. It's the single ply anyway, and the colourway is winter wheat, and it's really not showing. It's a really rich gold. It's really beautiful, and I love that edging. And you knit, people will know who's knit it, but you knit the garter stitch section first, top down, and then you knit this bit sideways. And I just love it so much, and I loved it that much that I went out and got 2 more colours of this yarn to knit 2 more, and I bought Coquette, which is like this bright pink. I can probably find it. Here it is. I've got Coquette, look at that. I've got 2 skeins of that. It's gorgeous. Oh, there we go. Tosh Merino DK. There we go. And that's Coquette. And then I also got Celadon. There it is. I've got 2 skeins of Celadon as well, which is a beautiful sea sort of green. It's coming out more bluer on the screen. It's more green in reality, but it's a beautiful colour. So I've got 2 more amounts of that to make 2 more because I just love it, and it's the perfect size. And I wore this to Yarndale. I've already got a cowl on, but I wore this to Yarndale last year, didn't I?
You did.
And I got loads of people saying it looks ridiculous because I've already got a cowl on, but wrong side. But it's really beautiful. I love it.
How many things are you showing in this section?
Just that one.
Are you?
Oh. Just one. I'm talking about cowls. The one I've got on is the new one, and my friend, it's my birthday on Sunday, this Sunday coming, and my lovely friend Jen sent me a fantastic parcel. And in the parcel, this was one of the things. She actually knit me 2 things. She knit me a pair of socks as well. But this was one of the things, and it's Zuzu's Petals. I love it. I've always wanted to knit one and just never got around to doing it. So she made me one.
It is nice.
And I love it. I love it. It's just perfect. I want to knit about 10 of them.
Can I show
different
something?
colours. So you can show something now.
I really wanted to show this hat, which I made for Bryony, our daughter, about how long ago? Maybe 8 months ago.
Last year sometime.
Last year sometime. The reason why I wanted to show it was it has a very interesting decrease at the top. Can you see there how it decreases?
It's really pointy. I can't remember the pattern actually.
Now,
is it on your project page or not?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, but it won't have the pattern on.
Oh, right, okay.
Now, I really enjoyed doing this hat. It was great fun to do, but there's a problem with it. And the problem is when you wear it, you look like a gnome.
Yeah, it's got a real point.
So the top, can you put it on?
Oh, no. And I've said I should rip it back for you and just decrease.
No, but Brian,
it
doesn't look too bad, actually. It doesn't look too bad. But when she puts it on, the point sort of tends to go at the top. She looks a bit gnome-like.
If you do this and flatten it out, it's okay, but eventually you'll get that little gnomey point back.
It was great fun to make, though. I really enjoyed those decreases.
This is lovely yarn. You didn't like this yarn too much, though, did you? Because it's silky, it's fibre spates, scrumptious. So I think it's merino and silk, DK. And you weren't keen on it, and I think because it was a bit slippy.
Yeah. I also wanted to show this hat.
Oh no! I can't believe you got that hat out. No! Oh, God.
You know how I have a really big head.
Oh no!
But look, maybe I should wear it like this.
Oh no, it's dreadful.
Yeah, I think that's quite the look, don't you? Yeah. Kay made me this for Christmas, and I have quite a big head, as people have probably gathered now.
But this was just ridiculous. It just came out. So I couldn't believe how massive it came out.
Yeah, like if I pull it on, how I would normally wear a hat.
Oh gosh, look.
Stick them up. But credit where credit's due. This is my favourite hat of all time.
Yeah.
And what I really like about this hat is, no matter what type of weather, I mean, unless it was like boiling hot, but you can wear this. I'm quite a hot person, and I can wear this anytime.
And do you know what yarn that is? It's the Rowan Aran that you liked, that you're knitting the hat out of now.
Right.
So you really like that yarn, and I was thinking if we do make a blanket, we should use that yarn. And because I was looking at colours, and I've got a feeling they might discontinue it soon because the colourway range has gone down a lot, and that usually means they're going to discontinue it. So
I've got one more finished object I want to show.
Okay. Oh gosh. Dun, 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 dun.
Check that out. Oh my, that is Luke and Uncle Owen on the top, and you can get inside it, and it's got all the droids, really, and cool. You had to make those tracks yourself, so you literally had to put those tracks together. It's the hardest build I've ever done. You really need to concentrate, but it's by far, I've got loads of this stuff, it's by far the best one. And Bryony loves playing with it as well. Look at the back. Yeah, it's really cool. Look at the detail
it's
on there.
It's a new kit, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
I got it on the day it came out for you.
Ultimate Collector's Series Sandcrawler. Beautiful. Right, young lady. It's time for a new section in our podcast that we're going to be running each episode. We've had some requests from people that they'd like to see a little bit of our part of the world. So what we thought we'd do is Kay tends to knit everywhere, literally everywhere. So we thought we'd take you through some of our favourite places to knit. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with, should we start with Jervaulx Abbey?
Jervaulx Abbey, yeah. We were there just this last week, weren't we?
It was a lovely day, actually. It's beautiful.
It was a beautiful day,
hot.
And it was really hot. And then, of course, this is typical British weather. It's really hot one day, isn't it? When I say hot, I mean it was 21, 22 degrees C, which is, for me, that's hot. I know for a lot of people it's not.
For many of you.
It's just very mild, I know, but it felt like a hot day, and it was sunny and blue skies. So we went for a picnic, didn't we, at Jervaulx Abbey?
Did.
And it's probably about 40 minutes, is it, from here? 45 minutes?
Yes,
maybe?
It's not far in miles. It's only 18 miles, but it's all on country roads.
Little tiny winding roads, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it takes a little bit of time. But it's it's one of my favourite places ever to visit, and it's privately owned, which I think is incredibly rare these days, isn't it? For
Yes.
a ruined abbey to be privately owned. There's a lot that they're usually National Trust or English Heritage, but this one's privately owned, and it's basically just open all the time. It's 24 hours, isn't it? It's open.
It's dawn till dusk.
Oh, is it? Did you see that? Oh, I didn't realise that. Oh, right. But it's every day of the year it's open. It's not closed at all.
No.
And there's an honesty box, so there isn't anybody there to take your money, but there's an honesty box and it tells you how much to pop in there, and it's not expensive. So we go there quite often, don't we, for a picnic. And just across the road there's a tea shop, which it's not open all year, but during sort of school holidays and the summer, from like Easter onwards, I think it's open pretty much all the time. It's got a really nice coffee shop, so it's always nice to have a coffee afterwards.
Now, there is a reason why we've chosen this as the first of our favourite places to knit. Of course, as Kay said, it is probably both of our favourite place in the world, actually, at the moment. We do like a bit of Rome, but if we can't be in Rome, then we'll happily be in Jervaulx Abbey. Jervaulx Abbey was a Cistercian monastery set up in about 1190, and the Cistercian monks introduced arable sheep farming to this country. So you could argue that those monks and their industrial sheep farming.
Yeah, they used to make yarn, didn't they?
Oh, they did.
Yeah, it was one of their businesses kind of thing. And when you go to Jervaulx now, it's surrounded by sheep, and you have to walk through a field with sheep everywhere.
Yeah.
And they're very friendly things. It's never a problem. Bryony loves that, doesn't she?
Yeah.
So it's just so peaceful, and it's never busy. Even in the middle of summer, it's never busy. I think it's because they just don't advertise it, really, because it's privately owned, and I don't think they need the income as such. I think it's just they're just like letting people just visit there, and it's so calming, and it's got an atmosphere, and it's such a lovely place.
People say it is. People say the reason why it has an atmosphere unlike any other historical ruin is because its story is. I'll give a very short potted one. It was one of the very first monasteries to be taken from. At the time of the dissolution of the monasteries in the 1500s, and it was taken from them because their abbot was part of something called the Pilgrimage of Grace. So it came into the hands of Henry VIII much quicker than the others, and what that meant was it came out of his hands much quicker, and it went into private ownership, and it never came back out again. And in the 1800s, what they did was it was the first of all the abbeys to be properly properly, what do they call it, where they dig?
Excavated.
Yeah, properly excavated. And after they excavated it, they set it up as a garden. So they planted all these amazing things. And whilst that does block some of the views of some of the things, what it's actually done is they were clever in what they planted, because a lot of the things protect the stonework. So you actually can see more interesting things. But it is a great place.
It's lovely. It's really lovely. And Bryony loves it because, there's lots of nooks and crannies, and there's walls to climb on, and, she just loves it. It's really lovely. And the coffee shop's nice as well. We had a nice coffee, didn't we, afterwards?
We did. It was expensive.
It was expensive, and again, you know, I think it's because it's privately owned and it's.
And we didn't pay to get in, so we did pay.
The
We put money in the honesty box, but it wasn't like.
Honesty box. It's not like, you know, the £30 you normally pay out when you go to these places.
I think it's £2.50 for an adult, is it?
Yeah, something like that.
And normally, if you went to Fountains Abbey, which is another amazing place close by, which I'm sure we'll be at some point in a future episode, you'd pay £6 or £7 to get into.
I think it's £8 or £9 now. We're members, so
we're getting free because we pay yearly. But yeah, it's funny. While we were there, I think it was Bryony who maybe came up with this idea. But we thought we should run a competition.
Yay!
As a thank you. It is a thank you, isn't it?
It is, really, yeah.
And the competition is this. We like going out places and knitting in interesting places, but also Bryony always takes a bear with her.
She does.
And as we established in episode 1, she has 1 million bears. So what inevitably happens is, when we go to cool places, we end up with a bear, and bears end up having photographs taken.
Yeah.
So what we'd like to ask you to do is... Where is she? Where's Mrs. Bakery Bear?
Oh.
She's there. Daffodil blocking her. It's not very nice. You can go to the back now, Daffodil. So what we'd like you to do is knit a Mrs. Bakery Bear and then take her somewhere that you think is cool. So it might just be, if you live near the beach, down the beach, or there might just be a really nice park nearby.
Or you might be going on holiday.
Exactly.
Take her on holiday.
Yeah, take it anywhere you want, and take a picture of her somewhere cool, and then post it.
We're gonna open. I'll open 2 threads. One of them is open already. It says bear chatter. So use that to post sort of.
Do you know what I suddenly thought of?
Oh, the bear's talking.
No. I thought if you spelt that differently, that you'd have no clothes on. It would be bear chatter. So you'd be sat behind your computer, au naturel, chatting with people. No one could see you.
No, anyway, it's not that kind of bear. It's that kind of bear. So bear chatter. So, you know, pop into there and put pictures of maybe your in progress pictures or questions, any questions to me, you know, with the pattern, anything like that at all. And then I'll open a finished objects thread for you to put your picture of your finished bear in its exciting location. Or it can just, you know, it could just be your back garden. I mean, people's back gardens are exciting to me because we've only got a really small back garden. So, you know, anything. So post your finished object in the finished object thread when you've finished it, and we'll run it for a little while to give you a chance to knit up your bears. So we'll run it until maybe the end of July, so through the summer. Because
of course we've got Diane's Knitalong.
Because Diane's Knitalong starts on the 1st of June, but she did say in the thread that you could start your bear now, before the 1st of June.
Get going.
As long as you haven't finished it before the 1st of June, which, you know, that's only a week and a bit away. You'd be going some to finish, to finish her before then. So, I mean, start your bears now if you want to, and you can post them into Diane's thread when you've finished it. You know, obviously, like I say, you can't finish it before the 1st of June. But she did say, like I said, she's happy for you to start it straight away. So I just thought it might be fun. So start your bears and, you know, put you in the bear chatter, put your chatter in that one.
And pictures as they're going along.
Pictures as they go in. I haven't opened the finished objects thread yet. I will, you know, in a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, a couple of weeks maybe.
And then the great pictures go in the
finished objects thread.
Yeah.
And then because Bryony's so involved with this whole thing, you know, and we talk about her obviously so much, we thought it might be fun for her to choose the winner. You know, for her to say which picture she likes the best. I won't put any names up there or anything, so she's not influenced by people's names, because we do talk to her about people on Ravelry and things. Yes. So I'll just show her the pictures and just let her choose her favourite.
What's the prize? No one cares about anything else. They're only going to do this if the prize is good. So
I do a bit of sewing, and I only taught myself to sew last year actually, because I wanted to make myself project bags, because I was spending an arm and a leg
Bringing them in
from America, because the shipping from America, as everybody knows, is very expensive, and that's no one's fault. You know, that's just as it is. So I thought I'm gonna have a go, because my sister, who passed away, actually, I lost her almost 7 years ago now to cancer. She was an excellent seamstress.
I didn't know that.
Oh, she could sew anything. She
Wow.
made, you know, curtains for the house. She would make costumes for her 2 children constantly. She could just sew anything. She was fantastic.
When did Julie start knitting?
Julie's always,
Sewing.
my other sister Julie, she has always sewn as well. She's always sewn. She, again, is really good. And I thought, you know what, if both my sisters can sew and I knit and I'll do other crafts, surely I can sew. It must be in my genes or something.
So was it last year?
I bought it in
Last
October.
year she went out and spent all our food money. We couldn't eat.
I did.
For 6
well,
weeks.
I did. Well, I went and bought this sewing machine, and it's a really nice one. It's a genome.
No. Should know me.
My sister calls them genome. She might be right, but I don't. I think it's genome.
Maybe. Julie, I'm sorry.
So I bought this sewing machine, and I loved it, and I just looked online for some tutorials, and I practiced, made lots of little bags, and got to a stage where I worked out some patterns that I liked, and I've made myself loads of these bags now. And
You want to see the prize, don't you?
So, okay.
Stop talking.
I made a bag for the prize. Ta-da!
The cool thing about this is Bryony uses these put bears in.
Yeah, she loves a bear. Oh, should we try, actually?
Totally. It's a bear bed.
Let's see if one fits. She does.
Look at that. It's a bed for your bear.
And
Yes.
I chose fabric that got bears on, obviously. And the lining is, can you see, it's like little flowers. It's really pretty. And your bear fits really nicely in there. Look, hello. And it's how I make them. I call this a sock size. It's quite a big size for socks, really, but it's the one I use. It's about...
Socks for me.
Yeah, it's about kind of 10 and a half, 11 inches by, I think that's about 8 or 9, and then about 3 inches on the bottom. But when I was making them, I discovered that I really didn't like interfacing, and a lot of them use interfacing because you like it to be quite sturdy, you know. Because I was finding it crinkled and it made your fabric crease. So I came across, I can't remember where now, I came across something called fusible fleece. And it's just like a thin wadding, but you iron it onto your fabric. And I tried that and I absolutely loved it. I think it's fantastic. So I use that now to make my bags more sturdy. So it's scrunchy, and this fabric is lovely. It's like, I don't know if you can see, you can probably see, it's like a fleecy sort of, I don't know what you'd call it. It's cotton, but it's like a brushed sort of cotton.
Yeah, that's it. Brushed cotton.
Yeah. So this is the prize, one of my bags.
So, how long is the competition running for?
Till the end of July.
And then, how long to take her to pick, maybe? So if it finishes on the 31st of July...
Yeah, well, whatever the next step. I mean, I'll put it in the finished up, and I'll contact whoever it is on Ravelry. But we'll say in the next episode, we'll make sure that we record
close by.
That's close by.
We'll time it right.
So,
I'm entering.
Ta-da, that's the bag, and I made a couple of other bags this week as well. They're finished objects. Shall I show those?
Yeah, go for it.
My friend Lynn. Lynn was my boss, actually. I worked in a bank for many, many years before I had Bryony, and Lynn was my last boss in Harrogate. Worked in a bank in Harrogate, and we're still friends, and we keep in touch.
You say that.
We see each other.
She was my boss. We're still friends.
Yeah, well.
Of course you are.
Yeah, she's my friend. And she asked. I've made her a few bags because she crochets. She doesn't knit. I'm trying to get her knitting, but she crochets.
She's very
So
good
I made
crochet,
her.
You've shown me some of her
Yeah, I've made her a couple of bags for a crochet, and then she asked me recently if I'd make a couple of bags for her sister for her birthday, because her sister also crochets. I don't know if she knits, and she said she was carrying around her projects in a carrier bag. I was like, what? What's going on? We've got to solve this. So I made her a couple of bags, and I made her a nice big one. She likes flowers and she likes pinks and blues, so I made her a really nice big one with like gingham. It's a nice big one. And then she wanted one for her crochet hooks. Yeah, she must be a crocheter now, I've said that. So it's like a little notions pouch. And this is Peter Pan. And I love this fabric.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, with spots. So I made that one for her. Oh, and I made another one, but this is a present for someone who might watch this.
Oh, no.
So I'm not going to show that one.
No.
I won't show that one. Okay. So that was other little finished objects with this
They're
week.
lovely.
They're lovely.
They're lovely. We love them.
We love them. So that's the competition.
Yeah, so Knit a Bear.
Yep.
Progress in Bear Chatter.
Yep.
Finished cool picture.
Finished cool picture.
That's going to appeal to Bryony.
To Bryony.
Who's
so
8 and likes getting out and about.
Yeah, 8 going on 9. Yeah.
And I mean, the fact she likes Harry Potter, don't think it needs to be all girly. You know, she likes girly stuff.
She's a girly girl, but she loves Harry Potter.
She plays Star Wars with me.
She plays Star Wars, yeah.
Well, that might be a good idea. Some sort of
Star Wars one, yes.
Yeah.
That might stand a good chance.
Or Harry Potter, because that's good.
Or Harry Potter,
What girly things does she like?
What girly things? I mean, she loves girly Lego, and she loves Sylvanian families, and she loves Playmobil, and
but getting out and about is her favourite thing.
Yeah.
She likes nothing more than getting out.
She loves walking in the woods.
Yeah.
She loves woodland walks and beach. She loves the beach.
Yes.
So typical. I guess she's a typical.
Well, child. I think we've come towards the end, really.
Have we come to the end?
Yeah. Is there anything else that we need to say?
I guess I just wanted to say a final thank you to everybody. I don't know if I emphasised that enough at the beginning on, you know, how fantastic everybody's been about my pattern and also about the podcast. I mean, it just absolutely blows my mind that people watched us.
Yeah.
You know, we're just sat here in my office yarn room, which, I mean, my yarn stash is behind me, and I kind of jam it into these cubes so that Dan doesn't actually know how much is really in there in reality.
I don't mind. Ooh, question. I wonder what's in here.
He's such a meanie.
You are such a meanie. Loop, yes. There is the shop badge in here. Must be something for someone's birthday. It's Kate's birthday on Sunday.
2 days.
Yes. She's 28.
I am.
Yes. So yeah, next time I'm sure we'll find out what's in here.
Older than Dan.
Yeah, she is.
I am.
No one ever believes it, but yes.
4 years
she
older.
really is. Can I just say as well, I've been going on YouTube and trying to find lots and lots of different things with men knitting, and have we posted it anywhere? I think I did.
Put a link to it.
You've got to see this thing.
Oh no, you put it on. It was on Facebook.
Right.
Put it on.
Just go on YouTube, which you're probably on now, and just type in men knitting, and about the 3rd or 4th down, it's these amazing ladies who are in a prison somewhere in the US, and all these guys are knitting. And these are big, tough guys, and they're loving it. And one of them says, behind every strong man is a pair of knitting needles. And that, for me, is just a perfect quote.
Yeah,
because
that's amazing.
I think I'm going to get on a mission. I travelled for about 5 or 6 hours on Wednesday this week, and I had lots of work to do. But then on my journey home, I didn't really have very much work to do. And I could have sat there knitting. But if I had, people...
Yeah.
It would have been just a complete disaster, and that has to change.
And even I feel sometimes a bit silly knitting. Do you know, if I'm on trains and things, I do feel self-conscious. People do stare at you.
We're going to change this.
As if you know,
weird,
doing something really bad, and I kind of feel like saying, God, I'm just knitting. You know, at least I'm being. You see people sat there, don't you, on their iPhones and.
Oh. I was in London on Wednesday, and the amount of people that nearly walked into me because all they're doing is this.
Yeah,
they're looking down at their phone.
You know,
look up.
Yeah.
There's a world all around you, and if you spend a little less time doing this and a bit more time doing this, you'll actually create something beautiful.
So thank you everybody for watching, and thank you for your support with the pattern. And I really can't wait to see it. I was so excited when Diane put a picture up of her bear head that she's finished, and someone else, Jan, I think it was Jan, put up a picture of she'd done the head and she'd done the nose and the ears, and arms, and she was just onto the body, and she said, you know, she couldn't wait to cast on, which is what made me think about doing, you know, a fun little competition. And it's just fun. It's just a bit of fun, you know.
Cool. Yeah, I can't wait to see. What I'm so excited about is getting to see. A few people, as I've said earlier on in the podcast, said it would be great to see little bits of where we live. We'd love to see where you live too.
Yeah.
So if you can sort of encapsulate that within your photo, that would be just amazing.
Yeah.
So please connect on the Ravelry group.
Ravelry group, knitting bears.
Knitting bears?
The knitting bear, yeah, they bears that knit. That would be cool, wouldn't it?
That's a good idea. You need to make the needles big enough.
I do. I've got some teeny tiny little needles. That'd be so cool. I could teach the bears.
That's a good idea.
No, Bakery Bears podcast group.
Yep.
And you said you were on Instagram now, didn't you?
Yeah, Instagram. As you know, I'll put all the details up at the end on the final screen on the podcast, so you can see how you can get in touch with Kay, get in touch with me, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time.